my gosh, I'm so happy you're all here. I have been busy, and I thought today would be a day to break myself back into selling. What was going to be a 2-week break to get ready for the 4th of July turned into, I think, 6 or 7 weeks, because I have taken the month of July and totally redoing my craft room as far as, you know, what's the word? Destashing, I guess. I don't know. Um, I'm not done, but I'd say I'm probably, I don't know, 75% there. We'll find out today if I can find things in their new homes. Hi, everybody. Oh, I need to zoom out. Sorry. Let's get, oh, paper. Bean, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. I don't like the glare on these, but we'll see what we can do here. Did you see my little butterflies? Oh, thank you, paper. Yeah, that's one of the big changes is I've changed my name. I was finally able to get away from the generic name that they gave me when I started. Um, the I went with junkin and scrapping because scrapbooking and making scrapbooks from chipboard, and paper was my love for, good Lord, 10, 15 years. And now I have gotten really into the junk journals. So I thought, well, let's just try that. And it's not quite as generic. Oh, these aren't new. If you've been to my shows, they aren't new, but I have some new ones. Since I've been off selling, routinely, I have been in a couple of um, raid trains. So I did introduce some new things in a couple of those. Oh, those are my notes to share what I got going on. Oh, well. But in case you haven't seen it, I've got a set of birds, and I've got 3 new sets of men. And we'll go through all of these. I've got new sets of men and a bunch of other fun stuff. I'm a little worried about shipping, I'm not going to lie, because the new shipping rules start at the beginning of the month, beginning of August. What I did in the past is that I always set ground advantage shipping for 1 to 5 pounds. Now we know paper's heavy, but a lot of this kind of stuff, isn't heavy, heavy. I didn't look to see if I doubt I have anyone very often that goes over 5 pounds in things. So your shipping should be $7.75, and please let me know if that's not what's happening. And then for over 5 pounds, I've always selected flat rate shipping. Okay, first of all, the ground advantage from 1 to 5 pounds was $9.21. That's what we were used to for a long time, and it has dropped to $7.75. So Let me know if it goes over that. And then the flat rate shipping, I believe, was $9.21, and it has gone up to $12.99. And most of the items I sell, if I can't ship them in my flat brown recyclable envelopes, then I use flat rate, and I've got flat rate boxes for that. So if you go over 5 pounds, you'll pay a total of um, $12.99, and those boxes, from my understanding, I don't think it's changed. Can We can go up to 70 pounds in a box, which that would be an insanely amount of stuff, huh? Well, I don't know where to begin today because I've got quite a bit. I was sitting here thinking, where am I going to start? I have gone through 90% of every piece of paper in this craft room, plus all the craft stuff. And what's in today's show isn't even the beginning of what I'm going to slowly sell, but it's going to be a start. And some things I didn't put in a listing. We're just going to do a random list. So I guess overall, most of the faces in here are my good friends. Butterflies. Okay. Hey, we can do that. And I thought originally I'd just kind of go back so anybody new would kind of see what I do. But a lot of the faces seem to be people that have been to my shows before. So you guys, for the most part, know what I do. All right, we're going to start with butterflies. These were a labor of love. They'll go quicker now, should I decide to make more. Um, I actually, when talking to Paper Swan quite some time ago, when we purchased these French, let's see, find one that's good. When we together purchased these French perfume bottles, she had said she'd like to make butterflies, and use that as the body. And I haven't seen her do it yet, so I thought I really like that idea. I'll make a few and see what happens. So I found these vintage butterfly images and cut them out like I do with a lot of my stuff. And then, and you can see they're not flat. They're kind of like rounded up. I had ideas of adding a second layer. Oh, thank you for the hearts, everybody. I had an idea to add a second layer, but I ran out of time. So I thought, okay, we're just going to do this for this show and see where we go. And do you guys know the little antennas are the toughest part to get to cut right because they're so dang thin? So, as you can see, now there are some duplicates because he was my toughest booger with his antenna. So he's got three. There's three of him up here. There's two of this one. What does this remind you guys of? The print. It absolutely reminded me of the inside pages of French books, the marbling paper. When I saw him, I got, oh my gosh, I like that. So, in all, there's let's see, 8 different images with some duplicates. Yeah, River, that's the first thing I thought, is it just kind of reminded me of those marble pages. So, you guys will have to help me for the next batch but I tried to make most of them big enough that the bottle, was somewhat within the height of the butterfly, but they've come out, a decent size. Like this one is almost 5 inches across. And then well, I won't count the antennas, but from here down with the bottle is what, not quite 2 3/4. They're not too big, if it was something you wanted, say, even on the, cover of a junk journal. So these little French perfume bottles, in case you weren't in Paper Swan's show when she sold these, it's been several shows ago. They're actually French, empty French perfume bottles. Now, I say empty kind of tongue in cheek because I'm going to sell some of these empty ones, or just the little bottles too. Like, look at this one. It still has some liquid in it. And it has, and its label is upside down. So you can't, they're worn, but these are, I just think Paper Swan and I just fell in love with these when we saw them. So we'll work on those too. And you'll see some of the labels aren't perfect, but I think they all have Paris? Most of them, yeah, have Paris written on here. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the hearts. So, any feedback? Oh, thank you, River. Any feedback if you think I should make them smaller? And like this one is a smaller butterfly overall. And if you think it's okay that the bottle sticks past, I kind of wanted to keep being able to see their eyes, I thought. But what do you think? Is it okay to have this coming down further? After I did this one, because I fell in love with that one, I thought, I think that'd be okay. So maybe I wouldn't have to make the butterflies quite as big. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. Thank you all so much for being here. I wasn't too worried about losing a following. I just was worried about the name change. To make sure. That's why I tried to contact everyone, um, as many people as I could to let them know that oh, thank you, Michelle. I was just, I couldn't find up from down in this, almost said crap room, craft room, and I had to do something. So, here we go. All right, so what we're going to do is, and I'll show a couple more a little closer. Here's this one. Love the red and cream. I was going to do sets of butterflies for you guys, but isn't that green spectacular? Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Okay, so I cut these out, and then, oh, let's look at this one. And then I thought, I don't, oh, I missed all of you so much too. Um, so I attached the bottle, the perfume bottle, to the paper with a 1/4 inch piece of double-sided tape, score tape. That's the only double-sided tape I like to use. And what was cool about it is when I brought the wings up like this, it caught some of the edge of the tape. So it kind of helped keep them, like they're fluttering. So that's, oh, and so what I put in the description is if you want to figure out another way to adhere them, just use, I don't know, are you guys all familiar with Undo? It is fabulous with double-sided tape and being able to remove the tape. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you want to do something with a more permanent bond, then you can easily take it off. Okay, you guys tired of me talking? Let's run this first one, and it'll be your choice of one. Oh, thank you, River. My voice is kind of cracky again today. We have been, we had a pretty good storm come in last night, and it's running. And it seems like my allergies really flare when it's raining for some stupid reason. River, congratulations. Which one would you like? I guess we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put him here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Look at him. And look, he's actually got some, still has some perfume in there. I'm going to see how these do. Yeah, this will work. So I'm going to put them in the clear bags that I always use. So it, they might get a tiny bit flatter, but you'll be able to bend them, you know, bring them up a little more pretty easily. Let me get your name on here. Thank you so much, River. It was nice when I'd pop into Paper Swans shows. I even missed a couple of those because I was just so intent on getting this done. Okay, I'm going to start it again. This little green one doesn't want to stay up. I really liked this one too. And I thought at first those were areas that shouldn't be there, but I think it just adds some pretty little character. I think I've shown them all to you up close now. Congratulations, Bean. Which one would you like? Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I correct? Okay, perfect. So you guys give me feedback when you get them and let me know if they should be smaller or what you think. Because it's kind of hard to tell when you see them through a camera, you know? All right, let's run again. I think my love this um Cat. Hi, 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 hi. Oh my gosh, Cat. I got your package yesterday and I had bought that 1700 French ledger folio. I bought two of them. That is the most incredible ledger pages I think I've seen. It's from the 1700s. You guys will have to check it out. But oh my, it's rag paper. The pages are rag paper. Okay, so Kat, which one would you like? I'll put this here so you can count. I that one in your hand. Okay, 9 seems to be the popular number. I good grief, trying to get my bags out. Yeah, I had to go back in on over half of these, in the file and fix the darn antennas on most of these to make them bigger so they would cut properly. But the good thing is, now that that's done, I don't have to do it again, right? Thank you very, very much, Kat. Yeah, those ledger pages with rag paper, okay, it's running again, are so amazing. And if I scan them, it isn't going to have the real feel, but they're still beautiful in themselves with the writing and everything. So I think I will scan them. Michelle, yay! You guys don't know how happy I am to see everyone in here today. Now that I'm here, I realize I missed y'all more than I realized. If that's even possible. All right, Michelle. Thank you, thank you. We'll run again. Bean. Thank you so very much, Bean. This bottom one. So do you guys see the marble book page like I do? I didn't have time to ink them, but then I also wondered, thank you, Bean. I also wondered if they needed inked. I think they're beautiful like this too. So you always have that you could play with as well. Okay, we'll keep going till no one bids on them, and then we'll move to something else. Michelle, thank you. The green one. The green is beautiful. And see how I say butt, but you can see his tail through the glass. I'm sure you can on others as well, but I just noticed that. Thank you, Michelle, so very much. Okay, let's run it again. Oh, River's in again. Which one would you like, River? Welcome in, everyone. We are looking at some butterflies that I got the images and removed backgrounds, which is what I do with all of my Victorian ladies and now men. And, and then I attached a French white with red. You got it. Then I attached I'm calling them antique. I think these have to be over 100 years old. French perfume bottle where the body of the butterfly is. Okay, so we've still got two of him. This really bright orange, that's more of an orange. You can kind of tell, you can kind of tell the difference when you put the red up to it. So that's a beautiful orange, and then this beautiful blue one. Thank you, River. I can't remember if I said thank you. If I ever forget, guys, know that I meant to say it. All right, running again. Okay. This, I told you I struggled with all the antennas. I wanted to make you guys a set of this size, but I did not have time. See, his antenna is, there it is. That's better. One's short and one doesn't go there. This one, it, so they all have antenna issues, but I didn't know if anyone would want to play with these. These are all of them that I'm going to be coming up with. He's got one that worked. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Nemo, isn't it? The red or the orange and white. And I had to play with these a lot. So, like this one's missing an antenna on the left. You kind of get the idea. So this is what I had to fix. I didn't know if anyone would be interested in this set and not have the antennas that are correct. And I'll work on the little ones and get us a set of ones that look normal. Well, do you guys think they need antennas? That's the other thing I couldn't decide. Karen, welcome in. I didn't, I don't know if I'm used to seeing antennas. No, they don't need antennas. That's what I was debating with myself on for a couple days now. So I thought we could just do this little set. I don't even know how many, but there's quite a few in there. And let's see. Okay, here we go. If anyone's interested in these little butterflies, the bodies are great. It's just the little antennas. Cat, thank you. All right. All right, so guys, I've put a lot is in my bin, like I've been doing with all of my Victorian people. I'm seeing some new faces, so I'll just give you an idea of what I have started to kind of do, or what I have been doing a lot of, is making these Victorian Okay, Karen, thank you. That's what I needed to know. So I don't know if I need to worry about the antennas for the little set or not. But I buy magazines, I buy um, I've bought just magazine covers. Gosh, I've lost my train of thought on what all I use. And then I scan these images and then I remove the backgrounds. Oh, I know the parasol is to die for on her. Yeah. And I was always calling them umbrellas. And then I thought, no, these aren't umbrellas. And so I make sets of these Victorian ladies. I have all of the sets should be in the buy now. Look at that beautiful red. I didn't even double check to make sure they were all in there, but I'm sure there's quite a few. And oh, look at that parasol with the lace. And I've really figured out a lot of this, removing the background, and I try to get as intricate as I can. Sometimes space is just too small, but okay, so this is set 240. So you can go in to buy now and get that if you're interested. And then this was my original set that started it all. I had bought last year when I bought a lot from France. I bought these, I call them lithographs, hand painted painting things. They were huge. They were like 20 by, I'm going to say 18 by 15 or something. And I bought each of these ladies had a page. And I scanned them, like I said, and then I removed the background. And then what I do is cut them out with my cutting machine. No hand cutting here. I don't like how my fussy cutting looks. Not that I can't do it, but I can have the patience to remove a background, but I don't have the patience to sit there and cut around something either. Isn't that weird how we look at that beautiful fur? So there's 3 sets of these gals from actual lithographs, hand painted, whatever you call them, from France. So this is set 227. There's 227, 228, and 229. So that'll give you an idea there. I'm kind of just doing this because I've seen some new faces come in. And this is what I've loved spending a lot of time doing is making these. Okay, this is a set. If any of you know Sisters in Bloom, no, that's not right. I'm sorry. What doesn't she do? She has come up with had some pretty awful health issues. And we did a raid train for her and to help raise money because they don't have insurance. Isn't that sad that in America so many people can't afford health insurance? Look at the bustle on that one. So I made this set and named it after her. And on that day of um, the auction, the where we were raising money for her, I put 10 sets in there, and all look at that! Wow, all the proceeds went to her. And then look at this black and red parasol. Okay, so that's number 256, and I named that after What Doesn't She Do. I won't show too many more. I just want to make sure the new people feel welcome. Now, I did a ton of colored ones, and then I bought 22 French magazines, the Le Mode Illustré from France, and they were all in this, I call them black and white, but did I tell you the name of this one? Oh, or the number. This was 256 that I named after What Doesn't She Do? Excuse me. And I went through all of those Le Mode Illustrés. They were from the late 1800s, and they were all this black and white. You can, some of them you'll see some sepia toning. I didn't change or do anything different than what scanned from my scanner. So you'll see variation in color. But I ended up with, I think, 6 different packs of these black and white ladies. And that was fun for, something different. There's her parasol. Now this, I believe, is a set from 18, I think there's 1875 and 1891. And just the difference between those two, that time frame, the dresses, this has, I think, to be a newer one. The 1875, you can definitely see where the dresses and everything were much bulkier. So you'll see in the bin, there's 6 different sets of these black and white ladies, or sepia ladies, whatever you want to call them. And then we just got a couple more, guys. These are, I've got, let's see, 201, 202, 203, I think, of these Le Mode Illustré in color. And so we've got her. I love that parasol too. Welcome in. I'm showing French. Well, and I do some American too, but primarily French Victorian era ladies. And I buy magazines, page covers, prints. What do you call those fancy? What's that fancy word for a print that you see in books? I can't think of it off the top of my head. That's a greeny shade. And I scan the images, and then I remove the backgrounds, and they never remove 100%. I've had to tweak every single one of these. And a lot of it's down here. It'll leave too much of a shadow down there from when I scanned. Okay, so if you want the color ladies from Le Mode, they're 201, 202, and 203. I hope I have all these in my stuff. I can't believe I didn't double check. Then, these were fun. A guy here on Whatnot sold French theater magazine cover, just the cover. And these ladies were in those on those covers. So I bought those, scanned them, removed the background, and then I always cut with my cutting machine. I use a Silhouette. It is fantastic for print and cut. So we've got her, and there's two sets of these, 221 and maybe 222. My memory's doing a little better than I thought it would do. I think because I've looked at these numbers for so long. Look at that hair, like a cone head. These, this pink one is one of my favorites. So there's two packages from the theater covers. And these are all, I print them out on 45 or 48 pound cardstock. So they're, you know, substantial enough that you are going to be able to work with them. Now, one of the most exciting packs I have done is this accessory pack. When I was going through those 22 French magazines, I thought, why am I just doing the ladies? So I went back through and scanned the children and all of these, I call them accessories, pieces that they used in their house, a purse. Look at that purse. I believe this is a trash can. I always want to, oh yeah, that does come out. Okay. And there's others in here that come out too. I just haven't popped them all out yet. Look at that fancy trash can. A letter holder. Another fancy trash can is what I'm calling them. You know, like we say umbrella and it's a parasol. I don't, maybe they had a fancy word for a trash can. Look at that stool. And another purse. And a pillow. Look at this table. And we got this fancy thing. There's a lamp. And then there's quite a few gorgeous parasols in here. These are some hats, a corset, some other objects. This is a picture frame. That is a folded something, maybe a purse. But here's the different parasols. And when I first came out with these, our thought was, you know, we could put them, you know, with our ladies and show a parasol or have a parasol with her. Look at that. I guess that would be a fan. And just check if you get any of these cuts, like, yeah, that pops out. Check on the back to see if there's a cut mark, and those little pieces will come out. All right, so that's number 249. I just thought they'd make wonderful embellishments on any, you know, junk journal page we might be working on. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so that's everything that I had made prior to my, what, 6, 7 week hiatus from whatnot. Then I created some of these for, well, I created these for a raid train I was on. And so a lot of you haven't seen these yet. This is a set of birds. I found some vintage birds and made a set. Okay, where's the package it was in? Because it would have the number. No, I didn't have them in a package. Oh, they're in the auction. Okay, since they're new, I thought I'd put them in the auction. And then I will put them in the bin after today's show, because I've had requests to have them available, when I'm not in a show. So that's the idea behind that. Whoop. Let me see here. How is everybody? Oh, I keep getting all these. There. I hope everyone had a great week. Look at this beautiful black and orange. Look at that. I loved the orange color in him. Now look at this. This is a set like this. These images that I found, a lot were pairs. Look at this pretty pink pair of birds. It seemed like a lot of times the male and the female. One was a little more show offy than the others, than the females, like they say. I thought his colors were gorgeous. Here's a little peacock. I had another peacock, but his feathers would not. Michelle, I have. And I've actually got some to show you. Yes, I did like the outcome. It takes just a skosh to get used to it. Because I was dripping wax on my fabric. I took a page, I put too much wax on one of them, and when I lifted the paper off, it flicked wax onto my laptop. Not a ton, but some. So yeah, it was kind of a trial and error that first round. Here's one with three. And then here are some, aren't these doves? Okay, we're getting there. I didn't, I bought the little wax pellets. I'm going to start this in case anybody would like a set of birds. I don't remember how many I had in the shop. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, there are 21 little birds to add to your pages. Okay, I'll run it again. Yeah, I thought I had 2 or 3 in there. Okay. Okay, then the other new ones, once I get through all this, then we'll get on to some other things. These are the men that I had a request from Crafted Pages by Fiora. Fiora, I'm not sure how to say her, but we call her Fee. Anyway, she said, "We need some men, Pam." So I created some men. And there are 3 different sets of these men. Let me tell you. Oh, thank you for the hearts. The men are a little more difficult because there's only certain colors that the men are in, and trying to keep them sorted is a struggle. But in each set, I tried to do a variety of top hats, coats, no hat, and the heavier, well, these regular type dress coats. And then, like, this would be a outerwear coat. And then this one. Okay, so that is number 260. 260. These little guys. it was kind of fun to, it's kind of fun to go away from the women just a little bit, even though I'll never go away from the women because there's just too many options. So that's number 260. Here's number 262. KMF, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. So here are the men. And these are, oh crap. Sorry. Ooh, I said a bad word. These are in the auction. What did we do? 260? Okay. I'm going to start the auction for this first set that I showed in case anybody. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. And then here's the 260, what I say? 262. Whew, if I didn't put numbers on these. Of course, today when I realized I didn't have two of these sets cut out, so I printed the pages last night. Yeah, it it scared me a little bit, but I thought I'm just gonna do it and see how it goes. And then this one. So this is, I'll run him in case anybody wants some men. Just making sure I got the right. So that's for this pack that I just showed. And they said that you had to they say that you had to have everything, um it's like 30 days after you have no sales and no purchases. And I thought that's never going to happen. That's why I haven't done it for a long time, because I've been selling for 15 months, no, 16 months. Well, last week or whenever it was, I went in and just tried and it let me. Okay, good. Good. So none of that was affected. I have these stickers on here just so that when I was showing them in a raid train, I think I've done 2 or 3 raid trains. That's all I've done while I've been away. But I think these are just amazing for if we want to add a gentleman to a page. Look at that. And look how they dress. I mean, it's just amazing. I typically charge $1 a die cut. But I had 3 extras that were kind of just different. Like this is that one for this pack. He's like hunting in his hunting gear. So there's 12 men in each package, but I am doing 11 for the package of 12. Thank you, Karen. So I'll run this and then we'll be done looking at those. It's a 261. There we go. So, like I said, after the show, I'll put the men and the birds in the bin. Oh, ooh, I didn't know you could do a fire emoji. Whoa. Thing floating up instead of hearts. Did you guys know that? Oh, snip, snap, sparkles. Says heated up the group. Well, thank you. That's fun. So yeah, I will put them in the in the by now after the show, but I'm hoping to do a pretty long show today. Just kind of depends on how my voice holds out. I just took a drink of my coffee. Okay, so we looked at all the paper doll die cuts, the variety of them. You guys want to, uh, is there anyone that would like one of the last four butterflies? Let me know and we can set that auction up. And now here are the little French perfume bottles. I'll go ahead and tag those. Oh, and then I'll show the beeswax paper. Was it? I think it was Michelle that was asking. La, la, la. Here they are at the bottom. Okay, so this will be for one of these little pretty. They're 2 inches tall. And to be honest, I don't know if this top comes off. I haven't tried, or if they did something to it after they were, pretty much empty. That I don't have the detail. No problem, River. So I just think they're pretty cool. I had a pack of them, and when you open it up, the smell is kind of strong. So there's enough remnant in them combined. I don't think one will be a problem, but there's enough of a remnant when you have a bunch of them together. River, I'll get that wrapped up nice for you. Thank you very much. We'll go one more time just in case. Let's go with this one. All right. So I'll set these butterflies up here. So yeah, yesterday when I was pulling out some of the bottles, whew, I had to, since I've gotten older, oh my God, smells can really be a problem sometimes for my head. What the heck? All right, I have more newer stuff in the auction tab, and then I got a lot in the bin or in the shop, whatever you call it. Let's look at the paper that I use beeswax on. Okay, guys, if you were in the Build a Journal the last Build a Journal raid train, Crafted Pages by Fiora had taken a ledger page and covered it in beeswax. And I was so in awe that I finally tried it myself. Now, this is what I used. And for whatever reason, I thought I needed 5 pounds of these. And you don't. To cover one of these pages, I say a standard full size, but also a folio, you need half an ounce. So, because I was silly and bought 5 pounds of this, I packaged up 2 ounces in some bags in case any of you want to try this. And you don't have to buy the 5 pounds like I did, which you could buy 1 pound, 2 pound, but no, I thought I needed 5 pounds. I don't know what I thought. These are rag paper folio pages that came from a book. And I just needed something to test it on. These were my first tests. And I just think it's amazing. What happens is when you put the beeswax on, it makes the pages translucent. So if for book pages, it kind of, you can see the backside through the front. You know, like right here. Yeah. She was so, I was so excited about and loved what she had made that I just had to try it. So I feel like these came out good enough. I went ahead and put them up for auction if anybody would like some of these. And I did some little baby ones. There's not a strong smell. You know, like, I don't, does honey smell? Yeah, it would have to, wouldn't it? Well, I did these. These were my first practice. And that's when I put too much on or I picked it up and flopped beeswax over onto my laptop. And I did these and I quit. I said, I don't know about this. Might be easier to have somebody else do it. But then I couldn't let it go. So the next day, I got 2 ledger pages. Look at this. Now this is what Fee had done, was a ledger page. And do you guys know what is so amazing about this? Is when you use the iron and melt the wax on here, it goes through to the other side. So you don't have to wait for one side to dry and then flip it over and do the other side. It melts completely through the page. But when you do the bigger pieces, before you pull it, you kind of got to make sure everything is warm, because I found you get pieces that aren't, as smooth. Well, Karen, what I did, okay, so she had these pieces of 100% cotton fabric, and I believe, melts this wax onto that fabric, because I guess there are things out there for covers to cover up food like that. I didn't look into it a lot, but that's what she was kind of explaining. But they're kind of expensive, and you only get so much wax. I was hoping to make some of those for you guys to sell, but I didn't get to it. But I think that's what I'm going to do. But okay, so I bought these. And what I did was laid a piece of wax paper out here on my table. Then I laid down the ledger. Then I sprinkled these little pellets all over the page. And you don't need a ton. Like I said, for a page it's a folio. I measured it so that I could tell you guys it was only a half an ounce. So that's why I did 2 ounces in here if you just wanted to have fun and play. And then you put the pellets on here, and then another piece of wax paper. And then I bought one of those small, like, travel irons, and I decided to use that instead of my big one. And it worked wonderful. And you just move the iron around and get them melted, and then move the iron around. Um, and if you have a place that maybe needs a little more, you can add one or two. But most of the time I had more than I needed, so I would take the iron and kind of push to some of the extra off. And then you take off the top piece of wax paper and pull this up. But you want to make sure everything is still kind of warm, or you're going to get like nuts. Like, okay, this is an example. I don't know if you can see it. It's not a big one, so I didn't redo it. You can't even tell, but it's rougher right through here. And I just think it's because the wax had started, maybe you can, here's a spot here. Yeah. See how it's just a little bit right there? If you want it completely smooth. And like I said, you don't have to flip it over. Now, trying to avoid your iron from getting wax on it isn't easy. So I just kept it plugged in until I could wipe it down and wipe all the wax off, and then turn the iron off and let it cool down. And I didn't have any problem with that at all. Then I got brave and tried a blue one. And I really like how this one came out. It's like, I'm thinking maybe there were more wax beads right in here than maybe over in this part. And it kind of gives it that, I guess you'd call it a speckled dimensional look. But yeah, it's really kind of awesome. And so you could easily take this and sew it into a signature for a junk journal. I wouldn't I wouldn't take it, well, unless you know for sure where you want it. I think if you creased it, you might, see a line. But just think of these, how easy they would be too to put into a signature. So yeah, I had to give it a whirl. So I'm kind of thinking the material with the wax melted into it might make it overall a little easier. And I've got some 100% cotton fabric that I think I could cut down into, like, let's say 8 by 8 size, and then just melt these into that fabric. And then you let it cool down, and um, once it's cooled down, then what I'll say, did was just put the material down, with the wax paper on the bottom and the top, put that there, and then used her iron and just moved that piece of fabric around. I hope that makes sense. And so I have put these in my auction tab. And we will start with, I went $2 for each of these, no matter what size you pick. So you've got the smaller ones. I'll put them in order and we can kind of then step through. These are actually the paper packs that are in my shop. And I pulled one of those to use for this. See how the pages are uneven in French books? Isn't that cool? Yeah, I was shocked when I put the wax down on the first one of these, and it went through all 2 pages. Then after that, I opened them up and did them. But then I wanted to make sure they would fold, so I think I went back to kind of doing it. These are not, this is not a folio, so you would get 2 pieces. And then here's this folio. Let's see what you guys think of these. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sizes. And it'll be your choice. It's a running. I'm going to run the ledger pages too. Michelle, which one would you like? You can kind of see that we got one, two, three, four different heights there, and then we've got the biggest one. The two singles. I love that dingles. You got it. Okay, I'm gonna run it again. This auction is for these book pages, not the ledgers yet. You can pick whichever folio you would like. I can't stop laughing. Dingles. I'm laughing instead of getting your name written on your package. Julie, welcome. All right, Karen, congratulations. Let's see, is this a, this feels like it's a little smaller. Nope, it's this bigger size. Good grief, I got more variation. This is how much variation is in the packs if you want to pick up a pack. Okay, so let's do, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this tall one, 7. We got more than I realized. Which one would you like, Karen? Julie, have you seen what Fee has done with the wax on paper? The beeswax? Oh, my chat isn't going down. I bet you've told me. Karen would like a small one. I have to take one of my girls to the vet. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Maybe, well, you never know. I might be on when you get back. I hope they're I hope your girl isn't sick. Maybe it's just a regular visit. Okay, so Karen, you bought you want the small one, but how you're wanting to know you want are you interested in all of these? Oh good. Or like a pack of the different sizes? What are you thinking, Karen? I can work with you. Okay, so we got a small one already. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you want the biggest one. And I would do that for 10. What do you think of that? Okay. Let me find so I can adjust the. Where is it? Edit listing. It'd be nice if I hit that, wouldn't it? All right, since you already bought one, I'm going to do it for 8 instead of 10. Come on. Oh, did it take? It did. Okay. Here you go, Karen. That'll be for one of each size. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll get you 7 different sizes for your total of 10. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Thank you. You're very welcome. I just think they're kind of a different look. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me change this back. Is there anyone else that would like a bundle? I guess I can do that before I change it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 different sizes, and I would do them for 8. Okay. No, I already got 8 set. So here we go. I'm going to run it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I did that right, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, that kind of leaves us with 2 little babies. Oh, all right, so this is for Julie. Welcome in. We are looking at French book pages and ledgers that I have applied beeswax to. And I always want to give credit where it's due, and I got this fun idea from Crafted Pages by Fior. I don't think that's right, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to do I'll just do the last 2 together, and I'll do them for 3. Actually, Karen, I'm going to give you these 2 because when I said I didn't do something right, I charged you more overall than I did Julie. So I'm going to add these 2 to your package. That makes me feel better. So Karen, you'll have a couple more. The beeswax, it just makes a fun, different look to a ledger page. And it gives a shine, and also it protects the paper, I would imagine. Where I got this idea was from a gal who was in the Build a Journal raid train in July, and she had done this to a ledger page and put it in her junk journal. And I just thought it was amazing. So I played with it. These are my first ones that I've done. And primarily it just gives it a different look. to have in your junk journal. You can play with it, type thing. All right, I'm going to run these ledger pages now. And I'll run this one first. This one is American. It's not French, but it is a beautiful ledger page that is now covered in beeswax. And it's running in case anyone's interested. The feel is really nice and smooth. It's kind of fun. Julie, thank you. Well, there we go. Okay. And now this is, that one was from the 1800s. Oh, these are the wax pebbles or whatever I called them in my listing. I'll run these if anyone would like some of them after I run this blue one. This is a French blue ledger page from 1855, and I covered it in beeswax. And I just think it would be so good in a junk journal. Let's get this one. And this one's a going. Yeah, you've got 1855 right there. You've got the beautiful header, beautiful words. Julie, thank you. All right. And if you weren't in here, I was telling my silly story. I bought, when I decided to do this, I bought a 5-pound bag of these. I don't know what I was thinking, that I was going to wax everything around in my house or what. So I'm going to now offer these in 2-ounce packs. And it took for a standard book page folio. I measured out that I used about a half an ounce. So this is 2 ounces. Is that right? 2 ounces? Let me double check. I think I put it in the listing. Yeah, 5-pound bag of these things. Where are they? Here they are. Yeah, 2 ounce. I'm just going to double check. So that's a half an ounce. So that would get 4 book pages. Is that right? It doesn't seem like. Hang on, guys. Let me recheck this package size. Yep. Okay, 2 ounces. Half an ounce. Okay. Anyway, if you want more than one, let me know and I can bundle. We'll get this auction going in case anyone would like to try this themselves. Yeah, I kind of think so too. Karen. The only thing I worry about is that if you crease it, a hard crease, what that does. But I would think if there's enough wax on there, beeswax on there, it would be okay. Karen, you got a pack. Yay. I'll run it again in case anyone else would like some. This will just help offload all of this that I have. Oh, you guys, when I started this, I opened up, oh, sack, what do I call you? Sashapar? Thank you for being here. Sashi? Am I saying it right? Okay, perfect. Thank you for being here. I know you're a new buyer. Thank you so much. So, yeah, when I'm getting ready to do the first one, I open up this 5-pound bag of these pellets, or whatever pellets. And the bag tips from my table, tips over, and I bet I lose at least a cup on the floor. Can you imagine all of that mess on my floor? it it wasn't a great first start. And then when I lifted the one time, because I put too many pellets on it, it splashed melted wax up onto my laptop screen. Didn't hurt anything. I'm running them again. So I just need to reduce my inventory. The amount I have of these. But I've always been that way. When I buy something, I think I need to buy it 100 times the quantity that I need, and I don't know why I'm that way. Is it afraid of running out? I don't know. Can't buy just a small amount of something and test it first. No, that's not the way I've ever been. Okay, what do we want to look at next? Let me look and see what else I've got in the auction tab. Oh, let's talk about these. Okay, there's a little bit of a story here. I can't get it to let me see the screen. There we go. Okay, so beginning of July, I was in an auction with a giving tree. I'll start with these first. No, I'll start. It goes back even further, guys. I was online and bought these beautiful French cards from Wicked Sherry. She said she hadn't sold on Whatnot for quite a while, but she makes these, and I found them on Facebook. So I bought these probably sometime in June. Then I'm in. Oh, here, let me show you how you can see them. These beautiful sets. I bought these from her through Facebook. Then look at this. Yeah. Then I was, and they're on glassine bags. I just fell in love with them. We can talk if you guys are interested in any of those. So I bought those from her through Facebook. Then I was in a show. Okay, Shelley. Then I was in a show by Giving Tree, and she was showing these papers. And that she donates all the proceeds to Wicked Sherry because, sadly, Sherry's husband has brain cancer, and a Giving Tree is trying to help with medical expenses. So look how many I bought. Like I said, I can't buy just one of anything. But I also knew it was going to Sherry and her husband to help. Well, the story goes a little further. Well, then I put two and two together, and this is Wicked Sherry. And I knew from the others that I had bought that she creates her own digitals. When I saw these, I thought, those look really familiar to the ones I bought on Facebook. Ends up, same person. She created this set. I reached out to her because, as you can see, I bought a cajillion pages. These are the ephemera pieces that are on the thicker cardstock. And as I'm buying these, I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't have a digital. I'm going to have to cut these out by hand. This is after I bought most of them. So I reached out to Wicked Sherry and just asked if there was any possibility I could get the digital just so I could cut them out with my machine. And went a step further after I put all this together, and I said, Sherry, I sell primarily Victorian, a lot of Victorian on my shows, and I would love to do this for you to sell them. And I can take it a step further if I have the digital files and I can cut them out for people. Well, she liked that idea. But they were getting ready to go on vacation, so like 2 or 3 weeks passed, and I didn't hear anything. She got in touch with me when they got back, and she can't find these files. So I can't use my machine to cut them out. I know, but she sent me some others, and it actually was some of these, like two or three of them. These last ones right here. She did find these three. And so I talked to her yesterday and I said, I'm going to have my first show in a while today. And when I put them in a program to do the print and cut, it makes them a little bit smaller. And I want to make sure you're okay with that since you're the one that designed these. And she said, of course, you can do what you want. Well, I just showed you all the ephemera pages. There's 16 of them. And this is what my thought is. I will not fussy cut these because I just don't like fussy cutting. If there's someone out there that likes to fussy cut, I am going to offer them for sale. And if you want the whole shebang that I bought, I would also do the junk journal pages, which are on a lighter weight paper, for our signatures. There are 9 different beautiful blue designs. And of course, I bought 2 of each. Now, if no one wants these, I would definitely keep them. If you just want the ephemera, that's okay too. So you got 2 of each, 9 different designs. So I hope that's making sense what I'm saying. If you're wanting the ephemera and would like these also, I'll do the whole thing. Otherwise, if you just want the ephemera, I'll keep the scrapbook pages or the junk journal pages. So this is the first thing I'm doing. Then I cut out some of her pages. There's 4 of them in here that she sent me files for. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, okay. So I'll start and we'll just do the whole shebang. I paid over $50 for all of this and can't cut it out. So I thought I set it, I'll change the start bid because I paid $2 a sheet for the ephemera. I'll start at 39 instead of 49 because I paid a little over 50 for all of it. But if there's someone, and I know a lot of people like to fussy cut, so that's why I thought I'll just see if there's someone on here that would like that. Where'd it go? There it is. So there is 18 junk journal pages. And then there's 18 sheets of the all that beautiful ephemera. And does anyone have any questions? Did I explain it okay? And we'll get it started. There we go. So that's a whole lot of beautiful paper. We must not have any fussy cutters in this group, and I don't blame you. I'm going to have to find somebody that likes to fussy cut. Okay, so Shelley, yeah, said that she was interested. I will part with, how about I'll part with 2 of them. I'll show you what's inside. Mm. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. Look at that. Look what just a few of those little stones do. It's not something. And it is a glassine bag. So this would be a pocket, right? You'd have this on your page. And then you've got a pocket back there to put things in. And included were these little tags like this. There's the blue. Let's see what the pink has. Well, I can't find the flap. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, Wicked Sherry not only makes the digital, all of these that you're seeing, she's created these digitals. And then she creates these pockets out of a glassine bag. And this one has a little bit bigger tags in it. Marie Antoinette. Did one fall out and I didn't see it? And guys, I can't remember what I paid for these. I think it was like at least 8. So I'm going to do 8 because there's a lot of work on those suckers, isn't there? I know. Okay. Let me find. I will switch it. Edit listing. I usually, those of you that know me know I like to usually have all my things made up ahead of time. But oh my gosh, I couldn't get everything taken care of with pictures. So I'm doing some of it this way. Okay, got it set up. Done. Save changes. Got it pinned. Okay, so this will be, it'll start at 8 and it'll be your choice of either one. And it's running. And I'm going to take a drink of coffee. So thank you, Shelley. Would you like the pink or the blue? Blue. Okay. I was going to just show them up a little closer to you, but okay, I'll run it. Okay, will do. It's running. Shelley, you got them both. Congrats. Thanks for the bids. I just fell in love with them. And the more I'm doing these paper dolls from the Victorian era, the more and more I'm figuring out the difference between, Marie Antoinette and um, Victorian. And then what's the next one? There's one that's Regency. There were all kinds of eras, weren't there? Well, then, okay, back to being at the Build a Journal raid train in July. A gal made a junk journal. I don't know if any of you saw it, with a lady, an image from the lady in the 20s with the flapper dress. Well, I decided to find some flapper girls. So I'm going to be coming out with some of those dolls too. Thank you very much, Shelley. Those will be coming your way. Okay, so this is the part that any purchases of these, the proceeds will go to Wicked Sherry. And we can do them one of two ways. I've got these that I have printed. I don't, not all of these were in that last collection, but some of them were. So if you like to fussy cut, you'll want this set. If I do two, I'm trying to decide what in the heck I did yesterday getting this all ready. Nope, that's different. I can handle these because they're square. I think what I decided is if anyone wanted one of these pages, I would just sell them for two each, and proceeds would go to Wicked Sherry. That's what I should have said. And we can go through them one by one, and you can let me know which ones that you want printed like this. Or I have taken I thought I did 4 pages. Maybe I only got 3 taken care of. But I went through on the files she sent me and I cut these out. So here are the 4 girls in the square shape. I feel like I'm explaining this and it's confusing. Hopefully not too bad. And then this was a page with, I think there's 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 with 6 tags. I love how she put some of the imagery over the edge of the page. I thought that's really fun. I got a lot going on in the background trying to find a. Okay, here's this one. And we've got this one. So this is a set of 6 tags. So, I mean, even just, I don't even like the little bit hanging over here to fussy cut. I know, I think I'm weird, but I just don't like to deal with it. Now, Paper Swan, she loves to fussy cut. Okay, so there's a set of that. And then look at these cute little ones. These have the sayings on them, and there's all kinds of beautiful stuff coming off the edge. Gathered through time. There's 8 of these, if I remember correctly. Dreams in blue. I think, yeah, there's a cutout there. So those should all come out and have an opening. What does this one say? Time may fade, but beauty remembered endures. Grace never fades. Welcome, welcome. A heart full of roses. Isn't the coloring and everything just amazing? Look at that chandelier. Beauty remembered. Where Flowers Bloom, Hope Lingers, and Whispers of Yesterday with a chandelier. All right, so these I have cut out so that you don't have to do the fussy cutting. And I think, yeah, I've got them started at 3. These, all proceeds will go to Sherry and her husband. And it's a running. Is this for the set on the white paper or the first one? Sorry, the one on the paper. I should have explained better. Silly me. Okay, so that's for the 8. Now we'll do this one. And this is for the set of 6 tags. Try and spread them out. That'll be for these 6. There we go. And it's ready to go. Thank you, Shelley. I just think I'd love blue. That's first of all. So it's not easy for me, or it's easy for me to fall in love with this. And then, I don't know if I put it in just one. I might have just put in one item on those. If anyone else is interested, let me know. I can get a new listing. All right. Let's see if anyone would be interested in these 4 cards. If I can find them. Where are you? There it is. Okay, and now these 4 cards are running. Thank you, Shelley. Where's number 4? Oh, on my table. Thank you, thank you. All right. Is anyone interested in getting some of these single sheets? Because I thought what I would do is we could just go through them one by one. Okay, Kim, we could go through them one by one, and I could make a list and then make you one auction to purchase. Okay. I'll get a piece of paper. All right, we'll start with this one. If anyone is interested in that one, you just put a Y in the chat. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? I think I'm just going to put a little number down here. So that's number 1. And Kim would like it. Awesome. And these will be $2 a page. Okay, and here is this one. Wishing you beautiful moments. I'm going to put a 2 on here just for future reference. These are similar to the tags, but they're a bigger because with print and cut, you don't have as much space, you know? So the tags I cut are a little smaller, but these are a different set. Okay, so Kim, you got it. This is the set I believe I cut out. Okay, this will be number 4. Thank you, Kim. Then we've got this one. All the imagery that she has put in these is just amazing. You got it. That's number 5. If anyone else is interested in one of these, just put a Y in the chat. Now this is the one I made a little smaller and cut out. And Kim, I don't think you have a Y on this one. Okay. Oh, but I'm going to name it number 6. All right. Here's another one. Is that, I think that's no, it has different sayings on it. Okay. We'll make that. So I'm going to show these or have these available every show. Ugh, why can't I get? There we go. Okay. Then we have, this is number 8. Okay. And here is the last one, number 9. And it's the 4 cards. I cut them out, but they're a little smaller than these on here. Okay, perfect. So Kim, I have you down for 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. And let's get an auction for you. That will be... I'm a little worried about shipping just because I'm hearing all kinds of stories on the Facebook groups. I just hope it isn't a major problem. I can't find where I want. Let's see. So for 5 of them, it would be 10. What? Oh, jeez. I've got to hit edit. And go to the next page these days with the update. Done. Save changes, finally. Whew. Start auction. All right, Kim, this set's for you. Thank you so much. Okay, solid. Oh, full page prints. Do you like to fussy cut, Kim? Or you do? I said, am I the only one that doesn't? Okay, I'll put a 9 on this one just for future. There we go. I'll print you new ones without a number on them. Morgan, hi. Welcome in. Ugh, people call it relaxing, and if I felt like I could make them look nice, I probably would enjoy it. All right. If you look in the shop, you see anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to show you a few other things I got going on here. If you saw any, hi. If you saw any of my little brown envelopes where I put napkin on the top of them and then used these like to add and make an extension with the flap, I decided to sell some of these because I've got more than, once again, any person should have. Just like with the beeswax pellets. Geez, closed it up so well I can't find where the, oh, there it is, right at the edge. These are the same in both packages. One package has 20 and one package has 40. Whoop, that's the only difference. And they fit in these bags just perfect. So they are, let me get them pinned. 3.5 by 2. And you've got this flap. And so what you could do on a book page, my thought was, is you can put these on here, to add a little flip out. And and then I took napkin and decoupaged it to the top of those. Just an idea, but there's a lot of things you can do with these cute little envelopes. So I'll start this, see if any of you like them. And if you want 40, just let me know and I can run that one. Okay. You got it, Kim. There you go. Thank you very much. We'll look at these next. How about? I have, the French lamodes that I set I bought from France. I thought we could look at some of those. Let me get the listing. Okay. So this one, as you can see, has a little bit of tearing up here. What I liked about them, though, is it didn't affect the imagery, which, of course, is what I was after. And these are, this one is December of 1891. These are the black and white ones that I talked about. Well, looky there. I've got that fancy trash can in the um, ephemera bundle. Yeah, you guys might notice some of this. So is the pillow and the stool. And then we've got your stories. And then here's the back. So let's run this first one. See if anyone's interested in taking that home. Okay, this next one. These are so delicate because they're so old, you know. December of 1891. December 21st on this one. Gosh, aren't these gorgeous? Oh, look at the children. And then your stories. Oh, thought I was just showing. Oh, shoot. And we'll run this one. Let's see. Let's look at these. These are, I bought some of these on Whatnot, but others are true, authentic French cards. Some of them that I actually got from France. Oh, it's 2 packs. Okay. So we've got this little girl. Zoom in. There we go. We got this little girl and this little boy. What I'm hoping to do this fall is make some little mini books with these playing cards. I didn't get these from France, but they're Lamode. Um, yeah, Lamode cards. Make some little mini journals is what my thought was. And so last year I had gotten some of these from France. And then I've expanded my collection. And of course, I thought I could get 3 million of them made, so I bought 1 million Christmas cards from, like the Grinch and Frosty the Snowman and all that. Didn't get one made. This pack has two of these. So I think I'll do these for 5. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I can show you some variations too. So we've got her. I thought she was pretty. And we've got him again. He's a French one. So are these flowers. Oh, good grief. They're going all different directions, aren't they? We've seen that one. And then this is a French one. Isn't that weird? Whoop. So if you're interested in any of those fun Christmas movie sets, I've got those in the bin. Hey guys, I thought I was going to last a while, but I'm getting tired. Here's another option. That red one we've seen. I think I put the goatee ladies in all of them. And then the flowers we've seen and him. So just a little variation. But yeah, I think little journals would be fun. We'll see if I get to them this year. Oh my gosh. Edit. I keep forgetting we have to look at 2 pages now when we do listings. I'll do them for 4. How about that? So if you want to take a last look in the bin and all that in the auction tab, and if there's anything you'd like to see, we'll look at before I leave. But otherwise, I think I might just be calling it a show. I may hop on later tonight if I'm up for it. I might just kind of plan on that. Where did it go? Here it is. Maybe I can get some more of these things in the shop so I don't have to do this with items. And it's a running. Oh, Kim, you did? Oh, thank you, Shelley. So I think, didn't you buy some? But you want some more, is that right? Oh, nope, it wasn't you. Well, then. Oh, I see it now. Let's get, there we go. Oh, I charged you too much. Didn't I? 2-ounce bag. Oh no, maybe was I? Don't anyone bid on this next one. I thought I had him at, oh, I had him at 3. So how did you get to 4? Is what I'm trying to figure out. You got okay, 4 was the next bid. Good grief, see? Don't need to continue, I guess. Yeah, I think I might eat some lunch here after a bit and then get some more pictures taken, and I may hop back on tonight. Thank you so much, Kim. It's been wonderful having you in here. And all of those of you that, well, that's what I thought. I wonder, I don't know how that happened. I'll send you an extra pack. You'll get 2. Because I wanted to make them 2, if I remember right, that I came out with, and then but once you have the fees and all that, that's why I set them at 3. All right. We'll just make that up doing that way. Oh, thank you, Kim. Right. Well, you have a great rest of your day, and look out for me later today if you want to look at anything else. Thank you all that are here, and thank you for being here. And we will see you next time. Bye bye.